Explosion! What's happening with XRP and the XRP news, guys? I mean, there's just so much things happening, things coming out behind the scenes. It seems to me like the sun is shining very brightly now, because Justin, Chinese firm Webus, officially files with SEC for $300 million. XRP Treasury Management. What do we see here, guys? And there it is, right? $300 million. So the amount of money that will be flooding in at some point, right, relatively soon, by the way, and not to mention the ETFs coming online as well, will be massive for XRP. We've seen what happened with Bitcoin, right? It will just push XRP to new heights, guys, because they aren't playing around. But this is major stuff, because this hasn't happened before, okay? And this is just simply one news out of the many. That's insane. An XRP strategic reserve, guys, strategic reserve, right? Like ask yourself, did we ever think that this was going to be possible? Now, so Webus, International, a Chinese-based provider for customizable car and touring services for travelers worldwide, said it plans to raise as much as $300 million through non-equity financing to establish an XRP reserve supporting its global chauffeur payment network. Now, do we understand what this means? It means that these people are actually the most bullish they could be. Okay? Imagine how MicroStrategy is insanely bullish to Bitcoin, guys. It's equivalent to that, right? Because this is a real company. Okay, I don't know who these people are, but that's what it seems like to me, right? Especially when they're raising hundreds of millions of dollars for XRP, for an XRP strategic reserve, guys, right? For their company. Yeah, this is the most bullish it could be, and people still call it a scam. Ridiculous. The reserve is part of a broader push to integrate XRP's cross-border settlement capabilities into Webus's ecosystem, including on-chain booking and a few others. Wow, guys. Now this is amazing stuff, right? Oh, and then we got other companies, right, from Saudi Arabia as well. Plans to build a $121 million XRP strategy. Wait a minute. This is interesting. Wow. So they're all jumping ship, guys, right? Into XRP. Very interesting. Especially all this is coming out when XRP's price is moving higher. Have you guys realized that? Now, to me, when XRP has beautiful news, positive news, good news attached to it, XRP's price dumps, right? So could this have an opposite effect? We'll see. Because XRP net flows are almost completely flat, the selling is getting exhausted here, right? Interesting. So the net outflows, guys, as you guys can see by the red bars, right? It was extreme. XRP's price has been suppressed, especially against Bitcoin. But if you guys notice a trend, right? It's going back to neutral. Right, when it does that, money starts to flood in, don't we see? So, rapid speed time. What do we see here? Ripple's RLUC stablecoin has been approved as a recognized crypto token by the Dubai Financial Services Authority for use within the Dubai International Financial Center. Then, DZ Bank, Germany's second largest bank, goes live with Ripple custody, serving 700 plus banks and handling hundreds of billions in assets. All the money. Robinhood acquires Bitstamp for $200 million, gaining access to over 50 global crypto licenses. Ripple acquired a large stake in Bitstamp back in May 2023. The pieces are coming together. From RealFi, as we approach the launch of RealFi ecosystem and the unlocking of the $700 trillion global real estate market on the XRP Ledger, we are proud to announce the successful completion of all XRP Ledger stress tests. These rigorous validations confirm that the XRP Ledger can seamlessly handle transaction volumes exceeding $700 trillion. What's going on, guys? Right. I'm telling you, this all comes now from real vision to realization, tokenizing real estate on the XRP Ledger. Trillions. Why? Because Saudi Arabia just completed its first tokenized real estate deal, right? Then Societe Generale released their stablecoin EURCV on the XRP ledger. They use Ripple Custody Medico also on Ethereum and Solana. Today they linked a deal with BCB Markets to distribute. BCB Group also uses Ripple Custody Medico, so Ripple Custody gaining traction and maybe XRPL assets. Then tokenization stablecoins and XRP inside the digital asset revolution in Kazakhstan. Adoption innovation is literally blowing through the roof. And why does this come about now? Ripple says the 2024 Ripple Impact report this year, as Ripple Impact enters its 8th year, we have now deployed $200 million for good. 2024 saw exciting new partnerships and continued progress in our commitments to impactful finance, blockchain research, sustainability, and local communities. XRP proponent, Ripple and SEC have agreed June 13th is a deal day to buy more XRP. I don't know, guys, but so maybe that's why we seen this with XRP. The amount of trades literally ballooned throughout the stratosphere, right? The bots were unleashed. The buy bots, shall we say. Buying from every other country and nation state. Okay, so that's why XRP has been very bullish. Will we see a dump or not? Very bullish news, right? Usually XRP does dump. Now, talking about XRP versus Bitcoin, extremely bullish, guys, right? It's gathering a lot of strength against Bitcoin. What did we talk about before? We need to be, where were we last? I think here somewhere, right? Yeah, right here. Okay, so last time we were right here, guys. Okay, I stated that we need to go above this level. Here we got rejected. Okay, we came back down, some type of rounded bottom, and then we finally pumped, retested it as support, and now we're here. We could come back down to retest it like this, guys, but if we do that, right, or just consolidate, keep pushing higher, it doesn't matter. What matters is we need to hold this level as support. I repeat, we need to hold this level as support here, okay? If we go below this level, bad news for XRP. Right now, if you guys haven't noticed, look, Bitcoin has been doing what? Bitcoin has dumped, XRP kind of flat or consolidating, right? This looks kind of bullish to me. If they could just hold it at this region, a next pump will be imminent. Why? Because XRP versus Bitcoin has been very bullish. That's why we need this to keep moving higher, because even if Bitcoin does dump and this is very strong against it, it's going to consolidate, right? And XRP versus USD won't dump as much or barely. And maybe, perhaps it will even pump, right? So XRP just nailed a textbook bounce off the 200 EMA, one of the strongest bullish signs in technical analysis. Again, the charts are screaming bullish as well, because look at this.
All right, folks, you got XRP giving you a signal here. Today is June 2nd. People just seem to be flipping extremely bearish here. Okay, things always look bearish before they absolutely go insane here. I still believe we are right in the middle of a bear trap here on the cheat sheet in altcoins. Okay, in the crypto markets, everyone thinks we're going down. Maybe not everyone, but a pretty good majority of people thinks we're going down right now. I think we're right here in a bear trap. A bear trap is when everyone thinks we're going down, but then we end up doing the ripski. I think it's going to be a huge summer here for altcoins, and you're seeing a signal coming here. So the last time we got this signal with the wave all the way down here was right back here when we pulled back into that 200 EMA right there on, what was that, April 9th. You can see if you would have bought that signal, you would have bought it around 180, and it went all the way up to around 260. So we're holding on to that 200-day moving average. You can see that acts as support, and we're bouncing on it right here today on June 2nd.
So he believes this is a bear trap for the bears, guys, right? And what he shows here on the indicator, again, this is a strong pattern that played out before. Every time it gets this overextended, it did here as well. We literally pumped so much. And to me, this is right now getting overextended. But I'm not jumping in at all, guys. There's no point, right? The only two levels that I see and I'm waiting for, if it does happen, if it doesn't, then it doesn't, right? Though back here, I do believe it got triggered for the next Fibonacci level. The only 2 points I'm really looking at is under $2, okay, around here, and then $1.47. Either one of this will be the bottom, right? Before the next to new all-time highs, right? That's just my opinion. Though it may take a little bit of time for it to go down there, right? If it does even go down there, because right now it's obviously looking bullish, right? To me, there's just a lot of liquidity down at that level. So will the market makers take that? I have realized they usually take a 9 out of 10 times, right? The one outlier where they don't take liquidity was when XRP moves like this. Are we moving like that? Or not? You guys see the difference, right? In the acceleration of XRP's price, straight line up, right? A little bit of curvature. This is like complete curvature. So price action tells us everything we need to know, in my humble opinion. For now, we're bullish, right? Even this analyst says massive XRP 6+ months accumulation bull flag structure. We are just chopping until we get the confirmation of a full breakout and trend reversal, right? And he's basically saying the support or like where to buy XRP, the best place to buy, right? Versus risk to reward will be around this price point, because it's at the bottom of the range, right? And then here's the top of the range, but we're probably gonna deviate above it, right? The same thing that happened here. Look at that, right? So that's coming, guys. It truly is. We just need what we see today with all that bullish news coming out and about. Things are looking insanely bullish. Will all that news have a bullish effect on XRP's price action, right? XRP needs to get above these retracement points, guys, right? When it does, as soon as XRP goes above like 250, that's it. The all-time highs will be right around the corner. Now, financial advice. What is this? So face, see ya.